Okay, so remote jobs for somebody who doesn't have a clearance or anything. Let me show you. First off, let me show you where I put a breakdown of everything that I have. This course right here, completely slept on. My most popular material is risk management framework, ISO stuff. Without a doubt, hands down, besides me installing a ring.com on my house. Which for some reason Google likes to share that one with everyone on planet Earth. But second stuff that people love is my ISO risk management framework security stuff. This course right here, though, in my personal opinion, is some of the most useful material that have kept me employed for all these years as I've been out of the military. This is a culmination of what I have done, what I do to find jobs, to update and go to the next level. It talks about the keywords. It talks about what I do to market myself. So that's why I think that this is a pretty good course that's really slept on, and people don't talk about it much. It doesn't get a lot of buys, but in my opinion, it's one of the best. And I have recently added to it. I'll talk about how I market on each one of these courses. Let me give you a bird's eye view of what to do. All right, so let's start off with Indeed.com, which, by the way, I walk you through some of my techniques on Indeed.com, but that's neither here nor there. I'm going to show you some stuff right now. All right, so it's very simple. It's to keep it high level, very simple. How do you do it? What do? You just go ahead and let's say you live in Virginia, and it's already showing me a whole bunch of stuff here. You know, you want it remote, so it doesn't matter if you're in Virginia. What we need to know is what job you want. Cybersecurity is extremely broad, just so you know. So, what exactly do you do, if you don't mind me asking? Like, are you in forensics? Are you a pen tester? Cybersecurity analyst? I'm just going to put cybersecurity analyst. Let's say you're a cybersecurity analyst. That's also a very broad term. There we go. And then we want to just go ahead and type remote. This is just one of the things that I teach in there. I go way deeper than this, but this is just one of them. So as you can see, a bunch of jobs just popped up. Some in Colorado Springs, in D, all over, but these are all remote positions, right? Another thing that you might want to do is look at what has been posted recently. So I just clicked 7 days here, so now it's just searching for stuff in the last 7 days. So this is this hottest items that you want to. So that's one thing you can do. Now, you were right to ask about clearances, because a lot of times they want you to have a clearance. Like this one right here is asking for a top secret SCI. How many people have that? Not many. With a polygraph. I mean, that's pretty high level, so that would be out for you. You would just go through and see which ones don't have a clearance. There's a secret right there. There's a SCIs. Eventually, you're going to stumble across quite a few that don't require a security clearance of any kind. And so those are the ones you want to go check out their site. Yes, looking for SCA work. Okay, check this out. SCA work lends itself to being remote. But that said, I can tell you this from personal experience, a lot of those jobs require you to travel a lot. If you don't mind traveling, you're going to find a job in SCA. So SCA, not a good keyword for this particular search box. Security control assessor. Look at that. See how it just popped up right there? This is a hot one right here. So look at this. This is Virginia, $40 to $47 an hour. They're looking for 3 years experience. I'm not seeing any clearances on this one. Oh wait, nope. I take that back. Secret. But yeah, just keep looking through them, because the clearance is a hot commodity, especially when you're talking about the East Coast. When you have a clearance, a lot of times that you have to go into like a secure area, and so those are not for remote workers usually. You know, if you have to deal with secret and top secret material and on a regular basis, you're usually in some kind of a windowless room. You know what I mean? So there's a lot more remote jobs for people who don't have a clearance than that do. So yeah, just that's what I would do. Indeed is one tool you can use. You can also use CareerJet and LinkedIn. I would use all of them is what I would do. I have an SEI poly, but I want to do remote, so I do not. So see, the thing is, Melody, I just saw a few jobs with clearances, like with TSSEI. I don't know like what you're doing with an SEI working remotely or anything, but it might be that you travel. A lot of these guys, they travel quite a bit, so they'll require you to have a clearance because you'll go to a site and you'll have to access those SCIFs, those classified compartmentalized areas, and then they'll read you in real quick, and then you'll start doing your scans. Or in the past, I'm just kind of thinking back to my DoD days. What they would do is I would be the ISO on site or whatever, right? And I'd be sitting there with my system administrator and whatever. We'd be waiting we'd have coordinated with the SEA people. It's usually it's like, it would usually be more than one person, like at least 2 or 3 people. There'd be a policy person that's going to look through our documents and make sure we're doing proper risk management framework steps and stuff. Then there'd be like a dude who scans, who's a subject matter expert on Cisco and on scanning and on ethical hacking and stuff. And he checked the internal network and the external network and things like that. You might have a pen tester there. You might have a person who looks at servers or whatever. You'd have a team of people there, and they would look at different aspects depending on how thorough it was. But I remember working in classified environments, and what we would do is, and I would be the one doing a lot of the coordination, we would make sure, of course, they have a security clearance. That would be the first thing, because we'd have to bring them into our classified areas, into our compartmentalized areas that have no windows and everything, and they'd have to have a clearance in order to even walk in the door, you know, to walk in that restricted area. So that's a lot of times these guys will be traveling to one site to another. They visit me here in Colorado at some base or something. Then they had just come from Virginia, some SCIF in Virginia, and they come here and stuff. So that's the reason they would want you to have a clearance. You know, it's not like these guys, if you're an assessor, you're not necessarily putting the controls on the boxes. You know what I mean? You're just doing your scan, and you just need to be have the clearance just to make sure that you've gone through all this process. You're not a foreign national with interests in some country that wants to steal secrets from the U.S. or whatever, right? So that's the reason they would want you to have a clearance. So I hope that makes sense.